Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our free online question and answer discussion forum. Anyway, today is 2019, March 24th, and we welcome the people all over the world to join this session. And I saw some familiar faces from our previous workshops, and I also invited 3 coaches, 2 from the United States, in different states. One is from Bulgaria. So I would like to introduce them first, and then explain to how we're going to run this session while we go along. Now, first, let me introduce Dong Xiaozhu. Can you just, say something about yourself? You can unmute yourself,
Hi, I'm Dong Xiaozhu from Plano, Texas. And I started to do PaidaLajin on my own in 2013. And in 2014, I went to Seattle to attend a workshop. The workshop was 7 days long, but I only had 1 day to attend. And in 2016, I went to New York to attend the 7-day PaidaLajin workshop and completed that. I have a lot of experiences on my own, and I also had my own PaidaLajin meetings, like bi-weekly meetings, starting in 2014 until recently. We were not allowed to use the classroom anymore, so I'm in between the sessions looking for a place. Thank you.
Thank you, Dong Xiao. Actually, she also is one of the volunteers for the PaidaLajin. She has translated a lot of articles for Master Xiao. So next person is our beloved Donald. Donald lives in California. So please, just say a few things about you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Donald, and I live in Los Angeles. And probably 3-4 years ago, I attended the 7-day workshop in San Francisco with Master Xiao. And because I volunteer to help with many different PaidaLajin workshop in Los Angeles, and also I'm the webmaster for PaidaLajin.org. And so in order to save my cost, I was invited to stay in the same room with Master Xiao for the entire week. So I really get to know the guy. So if you have any questions or curiosities about what kind of person he is, I do have some perspective to share with you. And he's a very lovable, respectable person. And how I get to know him was because his ex-wife meditated with us. And I've been in meditation for 18 years. And I'm 73. And yesterday, my blood test came out, and everything was perfectly normal. And I don't take medication, and I don't take vitamins. I just live according to the law of traditional Chinese medicine. And I was very blessed, and nice to meet everyone. If anyone has any questions that I am able to answer, I will try my best.
Donald is very humble. Actually, he's a big hand behind everything. So we really appreciate his support and great support in all these online courses and workshops. So the next person I would like to present to everyone is Carmen from Bulgaria. Could you unmute yourself, Carmen? Carmen, excuse me, Carmen, you need, okay.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Now, my name is Kamen Filipov. I'm master in physiotherapy, master in science, and I'm also a science sport teacher. And I met PaidaLajin in end of 2015. And straight away it was an interview of Master Xiao from Scotland, and straight away I start to spare to my friends. And Unfortunately, they got amazing results practicing without any big knowledge about PaidaLajin. And well, I was very, very curious about PaidaLajin, and I start to talk of my seminars about this method without knowing Master Shao. And before I wanted to invite him to Bulgaria, I realized he was invited from the lady. Then I took a workshop with Master Shao in Bulgaria. It was between 9 and 15 of July of 2016. It was a very, very, very positive. First, I met Master Shao before workshop start. I hold his hand and I talked to him, can I teach you your PaidaLajin method to other people? He said, yes, why not? And it was very, very positive first beginning. I was prepared to teach this method before I was seeing Master Shao. And after this workshop, I was invited for a presentation of PaidaLajin. And that was of my beginning of PaidaLajin workshops, presentation, 3 days, 4 days workshops, 7 days, some workshops. And in October 2016, I was very glad to be with Master Shao in English workshop, 7-day workshop. And it was time to learn and to understand more clear the basic things of PaidaLajin. And since October 2018 was a very, very powerful filling my battery of knowledge of practicing of PaidaLajin. And till now I have over 60 or 70 workshops. And even today we organize in our town, every second week we organize PaidaLajin workshops, and people start to talk each other and the group slowly growing and growing. It's a good positive result. 1 hour ago, I finished my 5 hours workshop. Yeah, with about 15, 16 people, and it's a very, very good result. And because we are working a lot, we have accumulate much knowledge, and yeah, in 1 day, maybe all of us will be in one meeting to change our experience in PaidaLajin. And because I'm also sport teacher, I'm very deep, or physiotherapist, I'm very deep in, and also work with Chinese medicine over 20 years in this way to thinking. And I always say 25 years experience of physiotherapist and 2.5 years, almost 3 with PaidaLajin. I reached so many results, couldn't compare with the 25 years before. That's my introducing.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Mr. Common, we should give you a big hand on what you've done. It's a wonderful, wonderful experience. And your testimonial will be, it is so inspiring to many people, whether the people who are seeking for the treatment or those who want to practice, promoting this method. And your job, professional job, what's a perfect fit. So we want to have more people like you can join the team. And I'm so glad today you are on board on this discussion board and meeting with our friends, online friends. So these are the coach. Ms. Donald, okay, you have a question? Yes, go ahead.
I don't have a question. I have a statement to make
Okay.
because I'm in charge of the website and I'm familiar with.
We cannot hear his voice.
Just 1 second. Donna, can you try again? Common has trouble to hear you. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. I just have one statement to make. Because I'm in charge of the website, I'm constantly in touch with our global teachers. We have big group in Malaysia, in Germany, and in Hong Kong, in China, and Bulgaria. I wanted to share with you is one of the largest group. If you Google YouTube Bulgaria workshop, there's more than 400 or 500 videos on the Bulgaria. But even though they're in Bulgarian, some of them I don't understand. But the amount of videos is tremendous. I mean, they have a website. They have, as Carmen mentioned. And so, if you're curious about the effect of PaidaLajin, I mean, the testimonials from all these people we never met is speak for itself. I just want to share that.
Thank you, Donald. Okay. Before we start taking everyone's question, I just want to have a few suggestions. First is I would highly suggest everyone to type your question on in the Zoom group chat room so everyone can see it. If your question is too private to share with others outside this group, then I will suggest you to mark as a private, and then we can I can pause the video not to record the session, whether your question or our answers. So when we take a question, 4 of us will just freely to answer. Whoever wants to supplement after one person finish talk, and then until you're satisfied. Okay, is that all right? Now, if I, for example, we're going to take Nicholas' first question first. Then Nicola, you can unmute yourself and start to state your question. And then Dongxiao, Donald, Carmen, and I, we'll answer your question collectively. All right, go ahead, please.
Me to ask the question?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, we have 3 questions altogether, but I start with the first one. I'm wondering what the best way is to Paida a stiff or sore shoulder. Like, would one do it, like have somebody else do it both front and back at the same time? Or is it better to work just on the soft tissue, like on the top of the shoulder? Or is it helpful to work on the shoulder blade? So that, yeah, that is my question.
Okay, who's going to take this question first?
Okay, I'll go. I had frozen shoulder, like I told you, in the end of 2012. And I was using everything, trying to heal it, and it wouldn't work. And I found Lajin, so I used the Lajin to heal myself. The Lajin in the lying down position. I used the 3 months to do Lajin every single day, like 10 minutes each leg in the morning, 10 minutes each leg in the evening. At first, my right shoulder was frozen. So when I was doing Lajin, my right arm was like halfway, like 45 degrees in the air. It couldn't go down. But every day when I'm performing the Lajin, the left hand was okay, the right hand was not. And I have to use this hand to help to get this hand back when I'm done. But every day it goes down a little bit. Every day it goes down a little bit. It goes down a little bit. By the end of the 3 months, it went all the way down.
Okay.
Okay, I just used the Lajin only. I didn't know about Paida.
Okay.
And so eventually, when I learned Paida, I did my shoulder this way. And when you lie down, you can do it this way, okay, to your back. And most importantly, it's where you're hurting the most. You can tell where the most hurting part, you just do that part. And I did it all on my own. I didn't ask anyone to help me. And I didn't know about the workshop at the time. I healed myself just by Lajin alone.
Okay. Yeah, like I can reach my arm. It's not that it's frozen as such, but I fell on the shoulder 20 years ago. And it didn't fracture or anything. It's just that it's uncomfortable to lay on, for example, on that side for any length of time. So I have quite a range of movement. It's just that it's uncomfortable sometimes. So I was just wondering, yeah, what one could do about that.
What you can do is do the whole shoulder, like the top, the front, the back, and even the inside. Yeah, and then the 360 degrees, the whole shoulder.
Okay.
Where you cannot reach, you can ask your I assume that's your husband.
That's right.
Yeah, and when you do Paida with each other, you need to communicate all the time to tell him, oh, it's too heavy, it's too light, and just tell him how much. And if you're tired, just take a break and then go back doing the Paida again.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you.
Carmen, do you have any supplement? Thank you, Dongxia. You have this your own experience.
Yeah. Okay. The lady told that she has a long time ago fell down.
All the injuries, yeah.
Injured, and it's very important where the pain is. And for example, I always many times have people they have from biceps long scenes. It's coming through the shoulder to the shoulder plate, and can a lady show with the finger, because it's a video, where exactly the pain is? Can she show it?
Yeah, it's mostly in the shoulder blade, like right at the edge of the shoulder blade.
Okay. Here you can use gently, and then a bit harder from your husband, Paida, and yourself. And don't be afraid that you will get a shot. Don't be afraid that this part going to be swollen. It's a part of healings.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you can reach very good results with hands, or you can use some slappers, maybe you know about. Yeah, you can. And most important, if you work, you can work on the level of the pain. You cannot stand on more. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you work with confidence, result will come later. Need longer time to doing Paida. Depends of you. Yeah. Doing with love and harder, and the pain is always moving. Level of the pain today is so 5 centimeters, tomorrow 6 or 7. Then you have no possibility to work.
Okay, yeah, that helps too. Thank you.
Yes, Donald, please.
About 7, 8 years ago, I had frozen shoulder. And a Shaolin monk taught me 2 exercises and got rid of my frozen shoulder in 2 weeks. So later on in the video, if we have time, I can take 5 minutes to show you the 2 very simple exercises.
That would be great. Thank you.
Nicola, I would suggest, since this is your old injury, which means it does not heavily impact your life, but it has discomfort. So the problem is very deep, and whatever the tissues around it might be has some how to say blockage. So if we, from the perspective of the meridians, I would suggest you not only work on the shoulder blades, this affected area, but also include all the your back of your hand and the arm, entire arm. Now I've helped some people with frozen shoulder problem. We always include the hands and the arms, and you will be amazed by loosening up, clean this part of the meridian will eventually affect your the tightness and the pain of your shoulder blades. So do the wall hitting. If you have the concrete in the solid wall, a cement wall in the basement, doing the wall hitting will also help, because just you can imagine the entire wall is a big hand. You throw yourself the back onto the wall. So that's another way to loosen up. And this can be part of like your daily exercise. In the future, after you heal your frozen shoulder, you might have other health problems starting getting to the surface. It can help tremendously. Yes, Carmen?
Can I add something? We're starting to use very successfully in Bulgaria This is cylinder. Cylinder is not expensive in any shops. You can have it, and you can roll the part of your shoulder. But LAN is correct because on this part of the area of the body is coming a small intestine meridian and triple energy meridian. And small intestine is also connected with heart. That's why backside of the finger and hand, all of it should be done. And also not only the area here, what the first speaker say, all around the shoulder, start of the heart meridian everywhere. But of course, both side gives, because they're corresponding to each other, like left and right hemisphere of the brain.
Right.
That's a good point. Yeah, I do agree. You think this is the left side hurting you or right side hurting you most, but don't forget you also need to do the opposite side. They're symmetrical. They connect to each other. Sometimes treating the other side will help the affected area. Very good point.
Yeah. Good. Thanks. That's lots of good input. Thank you very much.
All right. To be fair, we'll just go by the sequence and to the next person, okay? And then we'll come back to you again.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Virginia, go ahead, please. Virginia, it's your turn. I cannot hear you. Okay, Virginia, unmute. Okay, I unmute yourself. Unmute now. Go ahead, please.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Oh, good. Okay. So I'm a very low energy person, and I usually feel too tired to do Paida. So I can do the Lajin because it's so passive, and I'm really regular with that. So I'm looking for ideas on how to get myself to do the Paida. I do like what I've done, and I don't have a problem with the pain, and I do have time, but it's the effort.
Okay, who's go first? Yeah, Carmen, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, I will. Low energy persons everywhere in the world. Everywhere. Well, of course we can, like our telephone, fill the battery. That's our task. Always, as a Master Shao says, that's our task. To get energy from Lajin, you can start to calculate the time, Virginia, after you're feeling not so comfortable pain. You don't have to think Lajin is just relaxing. Lajin is working very, very deeply but you have to be on the level. For example, today your level pain is on the certain point, and then tomorrow is different. If you're doing Lajin with some weight or you can difficult stand on Lajin, then you have a perfect effect to rise your energy. Well, and there is it was questioned, and Master Shao always says and also I will mention a little bit. If we extend our meal about between the eating about 8 hours, and we're using time for Lajin and Paida, internally we can get an energy from the Sha, and what can I say? And the things are giving us this low energy. That's why nowadays people eat very often. That's not correct. The what can I say? Those cancer cells, they like person to eat often, but in our daily life, I told Virginia, strong Lajin on the pain point, and then you calculate your time. And if you calculate, Virginia, your time, it's going to be 3, 5, 10 minutes, very strong position of Lajin. It's going to hurting you, but on your level of capacity of the pain. And well, then I give you some idea, because you are tired from the Lajin. I tell people always, from the level of the bottom to our feet, it's like, sorry for my poor English, all of the places are full of sharp, because the earth tension, it's all of the sharp is coming from the tummy to the feet, and always people feeling frozen feet. And maybe Virginia as well. Virginia, do you have any sensation that your feet are not warm?
Cold feet, cold legs, yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
No? Okay.
You don't have cold feet, cold legs, no?
No, but I live in Arizona.
Oh, it's a warm place.
Very warm here.
Yes. The best way is to warm yourself, and always Master it's written in the book. Always you can, to rise your energy, few days you can put your feet in a warm hot water with salt, and doing this 10 times. And later, to feel more energized, we are created from the creator with the movement apparatus. Movement apparatus is about 60–70% of our body. That's why you have to use it. If we use it, I don't know if you have slappers, if you use your hand, but if you use, for example, this cylinder, first on your feet, on your meridians on your feet, and doing minimum 10 minutes per area, step by step, you can start to feel better, and your energy will rise. I will stop to talk, and maybe other people will have some advices, but if it's any certain question, I will continue later. Okay.
Comment. I would like to have you to show at the end of this session, show people how to use this cylinder. You just, hold that. And yeah, so that everybody will understand how you conduct in your workshop. Now, Virginia, yes. Back to your question. To raise the energy, I personally, I think I benefit a lot from the PaidaLajin. Just to this simple physical exercise will raise your energy. Secondly, you can use a supplement like a plus, to drink this ginger red soup. That's we call it an energy drink. If you can substitute this with water, just replace this with water. Just every day you can drink daily, especially when summer is approaching very soon. Summer is the best time to detoxify our body, and then ginger red soup is the best energy drink. Third thing I want to mention is, now it's a misconception. People always say, okay, I need to eat to get my energy. You're wrong. Actually, we should fast. So this is a concept of a reduction. So not eating food allow your body to burn the actual waste in your and because by digesting the food, body is consuming a lot of energy. That's why kind of not having enough energy to deal with your daily life or your other movements. So if you can release this energy to fix the body instead of to digest the food, allow yourself to do fast regularly. I would suggest starting from once a week, 1 day a week, and then it started to do 2 days, 3 days, a month, for example. So once you have this kind of a habit, fasting habit. Now, I'm sure in this group, quite a few people probably already tried the fasting, have this fasting experience, which is in the future we can share in our workshop to teach people how to do the fasting. And it's very important, you understand, we are not getting energy from the food. Yes, it is true, we get the energy from the food. Chinese character already shows that qi and can be generated from the rice. However, eating too much, like Carmen pointed out, people just eating too much and too much junk food, and eating wrong food as well, not fitting their physical characteristic. That's another thing, and hurting us more than helping us. So this is why, and this is a lot much more deeper. I want you to understand, Virginia, maybe you can think, by stopping eating for a day or two, allow your body energy to boost your body energy. So back to the PaidaLajin, purely just doing PaidaLajin is actually the best way to boost your body energy. Okay. And as Carmen also mentioned, if you do not have enough energy to do slapping yourself, then you can use a tool, Paida Bang, or a tool. So do gently or do heavily, depends on your energy level. Again, it's the habit. If this is become your habit in your life, you don't purposely to do, okay, now it's time to do PaidaLajin. You almost do this every, anytime, any moment. Dongxia, do you have any supplement?
I just want to say, when you feel that you have low energy, it's because your meridians are blocked. And I want to ask you, how long do you do your Lajin each day?
Can you hear
Is
me?
it Virginia?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Can
How
you,
long do you Lajin on each day?
can you hear
How
me?
long? How many minutes on each day?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, how long?
Do the Lajin for 10 minutes to 20 minutes each leg, and then I do the neck stretching for maybe another 10 minutes in different positions on my neck.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so when you do Lajin, do you use the sandbag?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, do you use the strap to make sure that your knee, the leg that's up, the knee is up and straight?
Yes.
And
I
okay.
feel like I'm doing really well with the Lajin, but it's the Paida that I'm just not doing. It's like every morning I say I'm going to do it today, and then at the end of the day I haven't done it. And then
Okay, my suggestion would be, after you do the Lajin, 10 to 12 minutes each leg, don't do other Lajin anymore. Start Paida right away. And once you get into the habit of Paida, you will continue doing it every day. Don't do too much stretching. One leg, 10 to 20 minutes each day in the morning. After that is done, get your hand to start slapping right away, or use a tool.
okay.
5 minutes, 10 minutes, get started and get into the habit of doing it. It's not your low energy, it's the habit you don't have. Okay, that's how I would.
Okay.
I agree with Dongxiao. We always say Lajin is a wonderful tool for self-diagnosis. So like Carmen mentioned earlier, your pain will move in your body. So first it's just the most obvious pain in the one spot, and then eventually that spot disappears and it goes to another place. So the body is kind of fixing itself. Now, Dongxiao mentioned that it's important that you combine both Paida and the Lajin as a self-healing method. During the Lajin, you will feel specifically one spot is very, very painful. You off the bench because you just can no longer deal with that pain. So right after you off the bench, the best thing to do is to apply the Paida on that painful area. And you will notice the next day or two, your Lajin time duration can be extended tremendously, because through the Paida you unblock this area more effectively. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So from the Taoism point of view, Paida is more the yang energy, and the Lajin is more yin energy. It's the yin movement and the yang movement. Yin yang as forms the Tao, the way. So that's why it's best to combine the two, and you will see the results, positive result, much more faster.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay. I hope Jiming Sư兄, do you have any comments to make? All right. So next question. Thank you, Virginia. Wonderful question. I think your question also you asked for many other people too. Good question. So Matthias, can you unmute yourself? Yeah, I'm going to mute you. Okay. Go ahead, Matthias. Okay, his question is, what is the white shot on right hand and elbow? I don't take any medications and immediately occur. If you can talk, can you just give a few more words to describe? Seems like you already understand that the white shot kind of associated with drugs, medications. All right, he's not talking, so can any of us, yes, come and go ahead.
Can I give answer to him?
Okay.
Yes, my answer is the white shot mostly is shown that we have used medication, supplement, and other things. But white shot is coming because people using nowadays a lot of salty products, and salt coming up. It's very often. I got this situation first 1-2 years because do you know the best to learn PaidaLajin is to show the other how it's going on. And for me, I'm teaching other people, but I have improvement of my own health, a lot of improvement. And that's why this white powder is not only from medication, it's from salt, from different microelements in our food, because through our skin, we can clear our body. This is Sha, but different Sha. Yeah, that's it, that's my answer.
Okay, I just want to add that the white shot is not only coming from the medications you've had, just like what Carmen just said, it can come from the food that you cannot digest and you cannot use, your body is not taking it. And so when you do the Paida, whatever waste is coming out, white shot is coming out, that's good. Just think that it's a good thing. That's all.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point, because the food industry has a lot of additives and supplements, even like the vitamins can do more harm than good. So in the workshop, I remember in Seattle workshop 1 year, there was a lady, she has a lot of chronic diseases, and at the same time, she also takes a lot of vitamins. And it was amazing. The room was big. Dongxiao, you probably have idea where that is. The room was big. I was standing next to her. I smelled the strong, these vitamins, emission from her body. At that time, we were doing her legs and full of Sha. It's amazing. Her legs were covered with Sha. And at the same time, the skin and the kind of out of the skin in the body is emitting like a machine. I would say nobody, eating vitamins, but it's all from her body. So it is just be careful what we intake. And Carmen pointed out, this is other than the medication, there's also from the food, and Dongxiao also added more into it. And I think this is another area when we practice PaidaLajin dietary, have a proper diet is very, very important. Earlier I mentioned about the fasting. So these are all the areas Master Xiao has considered to help people to change the way of living. So it's not just Paida and Lajin, and behind it's the philosophy of how we live our life. Okay, and so this can be our future topic. Future topics, when people practice PaidaLajin more and they want to have a more fast and more positive result from this exercise, and they do automatically started to examine how they live their life, like how they eat, how they drink, what they do with their daily life. Okay, you'll find that there's a lot to cover. Donna.
I just wanted to say that Matevs has actually typed more into the group chat. He said that the mic is not working and he's thanking you for the answers. It's right at the bottom.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't see that. All right. Does that, oh, okay, so he's satisfied with our answers. Then I think the next question looks like back to Virginia's, right? Back about the lodging. Did our previous answer cover this? Oh, okay, you have Virginia, yes, unmute yourself. Go ahead. About the allergies, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was interested in your discussion about yoga and Lajin, and I was thinking about, it seemed like the principle was the length of time that you did it and holding still so that the energy could work its way through. So I was wondering if that would be appropriate for other stretching exercises other than the ones in the book or the ones you showed us. You know, to do that kind of longer stretching. But I think, you know, the previous, you know, in a way, the previous answer to my thing, my question sort of has me feeling like I shouldn't do as much Lajin and do more of the Paida. Does that make any sense? Over to somebody else.
I think I understand your question. For either Lajin and the Paida, there's always two things will determine the results. One is the time duration. Second is the intensity. Okay, it's understandable. You know, you sleep harder or longer, will have more shout out, and the same thing will apply to Lajin. If you stretch longer and have more weights on intensity, so increase that intensity, that make you in the shorter, relatively shorter time, will have a better, you know, more intense Lajin. Now back to your energy. I want to say the allergy is the manufacturing of your negative energy in your body. Especially right now is the springtime, with the season change, a lot of people are suffering from these allergies, whether have a food allergy or the pollen, you know, the nature. It's not the, you know, say, the root problem is the imbalance of our yin yang energy in our body. So which means your lack of allergy, your lacking of the energy indicates that you are your body has more yin than yang. Your body, you know, has more yin energy than yang energy. So we need to boost the yang energy in your body by doing more Paida and Lajin, and plus the ginger dates drink. Okay, keep that in mind. Second, allergy. I had this similar experience after the childbirth. I had this allergy, pollen allergy, for 2 years, and I didn't take any pills, and I self-healed through the PaidaLajin. So later I can share this with you. Now, allergy basically is our body echoes to the nature. When the spring comes, basically the entire earth, you know, the yang energy starting rising up. Now, if your yin energy is too very strong, they kind of, you know, suppress the rising yang energy. That's why manually we need help the yang energy to beat the yin energy. Eventually, they should reach a balance. Right now, in your body, you have too much yin energy, very little yang energy. That's why give you, you know, you're always kind of lazy and not to want to do more things and feel tired, fatigue, right? Yes. And you have this allergy, and it prevents you from become more active. You're dwelling inside of the house and trying to, you know, avoid to have the contact with the outside. That is the whole. You know, if we find the root problem, you know, that from the energy point of view, all you need to do is to raise your yang energy and to have the to reach the balance with the yin energy. Can anyone to supplement what I say? I may not have a perfect explanation.
Okay, I want to comment. For the allergy problem, it most probably is because your liver meridian is blocked. So Virginia, I would suggest that you do the Y stretching. You know the Y stretching, how to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So you need to do wide stretching, like 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night. And also Paida, the inner side of your knee and the inner side of your leg. From your foot, the knee, and the foot area, and then if you can, the whole leg, like the inside where the liver meridian is covered. And also pay attention to the indoor air. I know because of the allergy, you probably don't want to go out, but actually sometimes the indoor air is more polluted than outside. So just pay attention to that. That's all I want to say.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can I mention something? Excuse me, can I mention something?
Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
Well, people realize I try in Bulgaria and around Bulgaria to organize society in every town, every village. Some people start to work together because our theory is perfect, but practically people have to be together, or small workshop or large workshop, to have practical experience. That's the best way to understand PaidaLajin and to have most highest effect. And I have a wish to the people who are together with us now to find a way to see the possibility to organize themselves and to help each other. That's the best way. Helping others, help yourself better. That's why start to be more open on society, to friends, to some of the friends will say, super stupid, super masochism or sadism is that. But some of them start to realize. And most important is, if people see that you increase health, that you are in better condition, and to see a lot of recommendation or testimonials from other people face to face, that help them and motivate them, their emotion, because our spirituality, our emotions are connected with the function of our body, and we have to practicing every theory we talk about it. That's it.
Thank you. Very good suggestion. Yeah, working with others, help others also same way, help yourself. Donna, please go ahead.
Virginia talked about yoga and Tai Chi and Lajin. I wanted to share a very important point, that if you look at all these exercises, Tai Chi, yoga, Lajin, Paida, are all very slow. And why slow? Is because when we focus on the motion, our mind will be de-stressed. Our mind will not be thinking about anything else. Every motion, you need to know exactly where your hand is, where your hip is, where your body is, no matter whether it's Tai Chi or PaidaLajin or yoga or Lajin. So we need to, as we do these exercises, we also at the same time empty our mind, which is de-stress. In other words, as you focus them, you're not thinking, you de-stress. At the same time, you will channel your chi to the proper areas. And it may take you a while to realize that, but if you practice hard and long enough, you will know, like when you just put your hand up here, you can feel the tingling sensations in your fingertips. These are the chi flow. So you need to practice PaidaLajin with full concentration and with the quieting mind without thinking about anything else. If you worry about this, worry about that while you're doing Lajin and Paida, the effect is much less. So it's important where your mind is when you practice everything. That's why most of the Chinese exercises are not triathlon or marathon or basketball. It's everything very slow. It's stretching and mind focusing. Thank you.
Thank you, Donald. I think you made a good point about the about this. Like in the animal world, turtles live the longest, right? So slow, but our workshop cannot run so slow. Otherwise, they will put everybody into sleep. Anyway, a good point. And I think this opened the door to the future our topics. So we should also cover a little bit about the sport. What kind of sport suits me? Okay, I think people at different age, they should aiming at a different exercises. They cannot just do the lifelong, and like I have a friend Sherry, and a lot of you know, she knows she's bad and not giving up tennis. And in the middle of the 60s, even Master Charles told her, "Say you need to stop, quit tennis. That's my hobby. I cannot." Okay, so that's why she's kept having this knee problem, ankle problems. And she knows every time she comes, I always apologize first. So sorry. Yesterday I did a tournament, and now I have this pain here and that pain there. So really, we should have a further discussion in the future about the what kind of exercise other than the PaidaLajin, because you know a lot of people want to have fun through the exercise, but if you do wrong things, just like eating wrong food, and then you will hurt yourself a lot more. And Donald is a master in this meditation, so in the future we can invite him to host a session and teach us how to do the breathing exercises and how to meditate. So that will be the, we'll see how many people are interested in this. All right, Donald. All right, next question. Is that all right, Virginia?
Yes.
Well, as far as the allergy, I will have more information for you in the future, okay?
Okay.
All right, Nicholas, go ahead, please. You have a second question, yeah.
Yeah, as a question, the things we noticed is, so we've worked on the bending areas of the body, like the elbows, the knees, and worked on that quite a bit and brought out Sha and the white spots until it cleared up, until we didn't bring out much anymore. And then afterwards we did like the inner arms and the inner thighs, and lots was coming out. And so we were surprised that after we got the concentrated areas, like we understood the bending areas, cleared up, we thought, okay, there shouldn't be so much coming then in the areas right next to it. So we were just wondering, is there a signification to that? What is the explanation for that?
Okay, I'll go with that one. Like we just said, that the qi, the energy is moving in your body. And when you do your Paida, even Lajin, you can feel the pain, the most painful point, that when you do the Paida, if do enough, the most painful point is moving, and you just go with the most painful point and continue to work with it. And usually it's where the meridian that is blocked, and you need to work with the whole meridian instead of just the elbow area that mostly with the Sha. So when Master Xiao said about the carpet bombing, that means you need to do the whole body, not just the common area, but the whole arms, inside, outside, the whole legs, whole hands, inside, out, and the whole feet. And you just need to do the whole body. Okay. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. No. That, I mean, that is what we are doing. It was just, for me, it was kind of a surprise to see so much coming out right next to the inner elbow, for example, or the thighs. After that was not bringing Sha out anymore. So that was just, yeah, it was just a question if there is a meaning to the fact that one area cleared up, but right beside it, the next area was bringing out quite a bit more.
Right. It's because it could be because you haven't done that area before. It also can be because the energy is moving, and so you can see that this area is clear, and then next area right to it is not clear because it's moving.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Can I mention?
Please.
Well, you talked why, if I really understand your question, why if you cleared up any area and you start in a few days to do again Paida on that area, you see Sha again. That was your question.
Yeah,
well,
or the area beside it.
Or the area beside it. I'm going to answer you. Every day, every minute, from the air, from the electromagnetic pollution, we are going to be polluted. Mm-hmm. And we collect every day Sha. And that's why we can make ourselves stronger and to take Sha out as much as we can. But you don't have to think that the Sha is super important. Sha is important, but more important is the pain. Pain is the is the point.
Is an indicator.
Yeah, indicator. Pain is the point. Sha is going out when I'm doing with the group, and again elbow, and or myself. Then it's clear. But if I doesn't worked week on the elbow or two, some points coming out. That's mean we are polluted and we have to clear ourselves. And Donald, I'm going a little bit back. PaidaLajin is lifestyle. PaidaLajin is not Paida and Lajin. It's a way of living, meditation, breathing, a way to eat, way to fasting. It's a holistic manner. That's why you have to be slowly, and you have to be, what can I say in English, very, to understand yourself, you have to work with yourself, because people are praying to the God and they see where is the God, left or right or up and down. God is pulsing in us. That's why we can find him in ourselves, but to have time to observe ourselves, our breathing, our Lajin, on our Paida, our weight, our attitudes. It's I thought holistic manner. Okay, that's my answer.
Yeah.
Excellent summary. Donna, go ahead, please.
I want to add to Dongxiao's sharing about Sa. I just want to make it perfectly clear is that every time I recommend somebody to Paida, I would always say chase after the Sa. In other words, the book says, okay, 8 major regions. Okay, so we Paida 8 major regions. But the Sa sometimes appear more on the top, more on the bottom, more on the left or right. We need to chase after the Sa until all the Sa disappears. So that's why Dongxia and everybody mentioned, we may cover the entire meridian. That's why in the book we talk about carpet bombing. Carpet bombing meaning not just the 8 regions. If you have Sa on the bottom, you continue to lower your hand to the bottom, and then more bottom if there's more. And if it's spread to the left, you chase after the Sa along that region. That is that's a total Paida. I thought I'd share that.
I like Donna's chase after Sa, this term. Very nice, very vividly. Now, Nicola, now you know.
Yeah,
you
chase it all over.
Anyway, for the beginners, because most people wondering where they should start with, our recommendation, of course, the best way regions to start is the common regions, which is our first workshop, online workshop. The mainly focus on the head and all these other 8 regions. Now, then if you have further understanding, you want to have, you're curious, so because we introduce the concept of meridians, and you understand it's not just one local area, and you need to go further up and down, and the entire meridian should be covered. Nicholas, your next question is about whether you can find this English version of a meridian chart, right? Let me ask Donna, the picture poster behind you on the wall, is it in Chinese, right? I know that's from the PaidaLajin company. I have Chinese version. I don't have English version.
I have a letter size one that I could print off the internet, but it's very basic. It just shows, and it's colored meridians, so it's sometimes hard to see. Okay, is this light green or dark green or whatever? So I would like something bigger, like a poster, like Donald has in the back there.
Yeah, we Chinese has advantage because since we understand Chinese and so Common. Do you actually show your members or participants the meridians in your language or in English? Where did you find that?
I show just a moment to go to.
You want to share the screen?
Yes.
Your screen is down here. If you see, if you hover your mouse and on the bottom, there's word share. Then you can share the screen. Click on that share. Yeah.
Yeah. No, not help. Where? Well, I minimized and I cannot open the screen now. I'm going to.
If you have a link, you can send it the link in the group chat.
Well, anyway, I'm going to answer you. With my group, I show them the model of the meridian. I have a person with the points, and now is the springtime for most active meridians of the liver and gallbladder. And today it was our topic, and I showed them how to clean all the area of the meridians, our legs. And of course, in Bulgarian language, I have meridians as well. But I always mention to the people that in energy is coming from the bottom with our ears of living to the top and invite in yang energy, makes the energy less and less and less. And more Sha is coming from our tummy all around our legs. Carpet bombing, as the Donald says, it's very, very important. And I speak with the people about the meridians, and they're curious. And in my website, I have pictures of meridians in Bulgarian language as well.
Okay, I hope it probably won't help because she reads English, right? German, English.
Or German.
You add another language to Bulgarian language.
In English, I will find and send.
Yeah, I was still, yeah. So for PaidaLajin company, Donna, are we working on this English version? Meridian chart?
Hello everyone. I just sent a link from my Google site. I have found a English meridian.
Wonderful. Okay.
Yeah. Picture and try that. See if that will work for everyone.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I'm there.
Wonderful. I will check out later after the session. Anyway, back to Matthias. Since he's not able to talk, how to heal? Oh, wait a minute. Here's another question. Where is it?
Right. George.
Oh, wait, so many questions. So, okay. If I have a health issues, how to know where to Paida?
Okay, I'll go with that one.
Yes.
It's the general area, your hand, back and front, your elbow, 360 degrees, and your knee. I don't know if I can show my knees, the knees, the top, the side, the back, and your foot. Okay, top, back, side.
These are the called common regions. Yeah. The health issues, I want to ask Matthias whether when you define the health issues, do you define as because doctor told you so, or because you feel like something's wrong with you? That is very important because a lot of times people only get serious to work on something if it's confirmed by doctor. Oh, you have this disease. Then the other, after the name of the disease, trying to make the symptom go away. But a lot of times we go to doctor, then they say, oh, you don't have a heart disease, you're everything normal, but I don't feel right. My heart beats, irregularly, or sometimes, I have this pain here, chest tightness. So a lot of times it can be like the iceberg underneath, a lot of unnoticed, is all still developing illness. We may never notice. I think the best way is go for the pain. Pain is indicator. If Paida on the one area, you notice the pain and tremendous, you never noticed before, that means this meridian is blocked. The blockage shows there's the health problem. Lajin is another self-diagnosis, best way for the self-diagnosis. So on the Lajin bench, if you feel the pain, everybody's pain level is different and the pain points also different. And what you do is from that pain, then you look up the meridian chart and you will immediately notice, oh yes, this meridian is blocked. Then you can start work on, like Dongxiao mentioned, start from the common regions and then use donuts the strategy, go after the SHA, and eventually your goal is actually copy the bomb in your entire body. Okay, because this question is very broad, and I think we just briefly to answer it. Okay, hope since so many questions, let's go to the next one. George recognized Dongxiao from the New York workshop. I don't know who George is because I was in New York too. Anyway, Shrey has a question. Shrey, can you unmute yourself? Is Shrey still here? All right, he's how to Paida the growing area in effective way. A lot, male, aged male probably have these prostate problems, and I don't know what exactly he's asking for, but he just want to know how to Paida. And when we do the PaidaLajin, actually, we always like to combine the Paida and the Lajin. Can any of us take this question first?
I think I can go. I can just briefly show you how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know if you can see me.
Oh, we need the pool.
Okay, so it's the growing area.
Can you move a little bit further? Yes, yes.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Okay, it's this part. It's this area. You do it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like
chopping hand. Yeah, use a chopping hand.
Your hand is like the knife, and you use this part. This part.
You can also use this. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, now?
I see it. If you have use the Paida bang, the stick,
yes.
You use the side of your stick, side of the stick to do the Paida like this. And also, I think the best way to do the Y-shaped of the Lajin. Y-shaped of the Lajin, when people do the Lajin, against the wall, both legs form the shape of the Y, and that is have another one to chop your growing area. So the Lajin and the Paida at the same time. I don't know, in the workshop comment, how do you instruct people to do the work on this area? Because this is a very private area, a lot of times you have to do yourself. Yes, go ahead, please.
Yes, only in our 7 days workshop, ladies working separate, men's work separate, and they doing this growing area. For example, we can work like you say, but we can work directly with the hands here. We can use this cylinder directly on the left side. It's very, very effective because you see the area is big and it's working very effective, and the SHA is massive. But on the tolerance of your pain, you have to work slowly, step by step. You can go more and more. First right, then you can do left, and if you can work directly on perineum without any risk with this cylinder. Of course, if you don't have cylinder, you can work with the slappers or your hand, but this is very easy to work, and it's very effective as well. That's why people have to find their way to do it at home. And if they are on the workshops, they will be instructed very properly how they have to do any area around the pelvis, because not if we're doing on the back, on the sacrum, our vibration is like resonance, reach the front area. If you're doing the front area, our resonance reach the back area of the all here the pelvis. That's why everyone have to find the way to work at home and to help each other. That's the best way when the family are together.
Thank you, Carmen.
Yeah.
She just came back. Actually, we were answering your questions, so you have to watch the video. What we talk about how to Paida the groin area, and don't forget the Lajin. Actually, Lajin can be, especially the Y-shaped Lajin in this area, can be very effective. Okay, next question. Nadaji lives in Los Angeles. Oh, that's the where Donna lives. Okay, so I have the email you can use. Okay, Nadaji, how to Paida? Nadaji, can you unmute yourself? Is she still here? Or?
She had to leave actually. A little further down it says I have to leave now.
Oh, okay. Okay, who can answer this question? Oh, just briefly, since this person is not here now. Thyroid balance.
Thyroid balance. It's a lot of women suffering thyroid glands, disbalance left and right part of it. And people are very curious how they can balance their thyroid without any hormone using. Well, the thyroid glands, it's part of the hormone chain for the hypothalamus, hypophysis, thyroid, part of the heart, and other glands for other glands from the top to the bottom, and this is connected with the heart. And always Master Shao say, any illnesses, they are not the reason, they are symptoms. And if we start to cure the symptoms, we can reach the result. And my advice is to start with eight major zones, and then clear more the Sha from the body, combine with Lajin. And the people always wait to improve their illnesses first. But Master Shao says, the body, adjustment of the body work or the different way, which is not exactly what we think. That's why I give one example with me. I was on the first workshop with Master Shao with one swollen ankle. I didn't know exactly that my heart wasn't beat properly. It was arrhythmia. After finishing workshop, still my ankle wasn't healed. And I was very, not suspicious, but, and later all arrhythmia, ankle is not swollen anymore. Condition improved more and more. That's why the person with thyroid gland problem should follow the major rules, 8 zones, and then carpet bombing connected with Lajin. That's my advice. And of course, this endocrine system is connected with meridian of the triple warming. Additional work on all the meridian of the backside of the hands to the head. That's my advice.
Okay, I just want to mention that I used to have thyroid problems, and it was on the verge to be hypo. It was a couple of years ago when I started PaidaLajin. I did just like the whole body, the carpet bombing, everything. And I'm still doing stretching every single day, like 20 minutes for each leg every morning. And I didn't know when and how my thyroid problem was totally gone. Okay, that's all.
It's wonderful. I think that we needed to, while we practice the PaidaLajin, everybody needed to adjust your expectations. Don't think this is a magical pill. Just try once, you can solve all the problems. It takes time. So be patient and persistently work on inch by inch, and you will see the result. And most people started with a suspicious, whether this will work for me, or yeah, I agree the theory, works, but it may not work for me. They always try to single themselves as a special case. But to understand our body, how body works, it's modern science can explain. So a lot of times you just need to practice and with sincere, this kind of devotion to it. The reason why we can say that, because both exercises are very safe. They're not going to put in the jeopardy and danger your life. So they are safe. So you can gradually to push yourself to the degree, like always to the moment you can no longer tolerate the pain. Back to the pain. Welcome the pain, embrace the pain, and don't reject the pain. And use the pain as an indicator to identify what's wrong with your body. And change your mind, change perspectives about the disease. So try to go back to the basic theories and forget the name of the disease, and more focus on smoothing the meridians and unblock those blockages in our meridians, and reach the balance, yin-yang balance. That's the two major things. And then plus earlier we mentioned, and a lot of times it's a self-reflection on our lifestyle, whether we are living in a healthy way. All right, so including the diet and exercise, how we live our life. It's a philosophy. So we started from the PaidaLajin, these two exercises, and then started expanding them a lot more branches. So in the future we can go, of course, to educate the public. Our method, our approach is still focused on the symptoms and try to help you to alleviate the pain and reduce or remove the symptom. But what you have unconsciously done is you are holistically to heal your body. Okay, and not just once the symptoms gone, you will be guaranteed not dying. No, we're all going to die. We are all going to age, but how we age gracefully, die peacefully. That is our goal. Okay, our life goal. Someday we're going to leave this, go beyond the rim, leave this world. But how we, and not to use too much, consume too much resource on this earth, consume a lot of medication. That's our contribution to our society. So you feel really a big mission in you is, heal myself is also help the, to do less pollution to our society, to the Earth planet. All right, next question. Matthias has someone, George.
No, it's
Dongxiao, you can answer this question, right?
How to heal ulnar nerve numbness in the pinky finger, right?
Oh yes, pinky finger.
Okay. Well, you do Lajin and Paida. For the pinky area, the numbness of this pinky area, right? Or either this one or this one, you do your hand. Okay. What you do is to put your hand on your knee. Can you see my hand? Okay, just do the Paida. Just do the Paida. Okay? On your hand, your pinky indicates your heart problem. So it's the heart meridian. It's that part, the back of your hand, and the elbows, this side, and that side, and eventually the whole arm, including the armpit, the whole arm. Okay, that's simple enough.
Yeah, I want to point it out is when you Paida, try to use your hand instead of your tool, because you are working on your own meridian. The hand, meridians goes through your palms. It's very common because a few days ago, a friend of me came to see me and she complains, she has this numbness in the pinky, and I warned her, say, be careful. This is an indication of you are having heart disease, because our heart meridian and the small intestine meridian goes through the pinky fingers. Pinky fingers. So all these are the indicators, showing that you need to watch your heart. But not to want to worry everybody. So if I have this numbness or while waking up early in the morning, what should I do? Then start, Paida, use your own hands to Paida instead of use tools. And the second, start with inner elbow to clean, to do some cleansing in your heart meridians, pericardium meridians, and all, not just these two meridians, because the yin yang, this corresponding at the outside, and we have a small intestine and triple bone burner meridians. So those are all very important. Again, your goal is to have a carpet bombing to try to sweep through the entire body. Lajin basically is a carpet bombing already doing that. When you do the bench lajin in the reclining position, for the Paida, you do have to, physically inch by inch to move along. So for this nerve numbness, this definitely shows the blockage in your meridians, not just one, multiple meridians. So work on the Paida more diligently. That will help. We have a lot of questions. Dongsha, how many still we have questions? Because the time is pretty. Let me see, have any because of previous. Let me see, any other questions? Oh, that's pretty much the end of all the questions.
I'm sorry, I was talking and you can't hear me. We've covered all the questions. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Yes. I think we have covered most questions. Are there anybody want to address, make some comments before we end today's session? You can unmute yourself. Tim, you didn't ask any questions. We have Kate and Bruno is also new to our group. And George asked a question. Yeah. Yes, go ahead. Take advantage of a few last minutes. Carmen, Dongsha, and Donna, they are all very experienced PaidaLajin coaches. So we're very fortunate to have four of us work together as a team. Yes.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Right. Okay. Go ahead. Yes.
Yes. So as far as PaidaLajin is concerned, I mean, it can go up to 180 degree. I mean, both legs, they can go up to 180 degree.
I don't quite understand what you're saying. Are you talking about PaidaLajin? Like
yes, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You put both legs up at the same time, you form something like that, and eventually it'll go down.
Yes, yeah. So I'm actually asking that, I mean, how much it will go? I mean, it will go up to 180 degree like this way?
180. Yeah.
No, I can't do that yet. I start with a really skinny Y, and eventually, every day you're doing it goes down a little bit, and goes down a little bit, and goes down a little bit, and it takes time. You can't do this. You can't. I can't do that yet.
It's like
about 30 degrees on each side. I'm doing like a fat Y now, but it's not like 180.
Okay. Just like a split. They do a split, they actually just, stays the fully 180 degree, both legs.
Right. Your goal is to do this eventually, but you start with like a skinny one, and eventually let it down every day, maybe a little bit. Just need to keep on doing that.
Okay, second thing, when I am doing this PaidaLajin, then I am able to see that there is a pain at the back of my spine. Why actually that happens?
Where the pain is means the meridians are blocked, or there's a blockage, and you can use your hand to reach the back.
Okay.
Reach the back of the area to start Paida.
Okay.
Or use a tool if your hand is like can't work on it anymore.
Okay. Okay, sorry. I will actually repeat the same question again. I think actually I mentioned there that when I am doing this Paida, the inside part of the leg and groin, and actually I had asked a question to Len also. Then should I? Okay, so inside of my leg I can slap it, but the groin area, how to slap it? Because after doing the reclining Lajin, it actually pains a lot in the groin area, in this area, in this area.
Yeah, we already answered this question since you walked away. Dong Xiao actually demonstrated. Use your hand, the
Okay.
side of the hand, chop
Okay.
chop this area. If you have a Paida stick, slapper, you can lift your Paida bong. So basically, it's this.
Chopping that.
Yeah,
Okay.
chop,
Okay. Okay.
chop
Okay.
on this area. Yes.
Okay.
You can also
Okay.
find some kitchen utensils, any
Okay.
spatulas, and try to slap that area. Or while
Okay.
you do
Okay.
the Y-shaped lodging, sometimes, of course, if you focus on lodging, that'd be good. Sometimes people do the Paida same time while they're doing the lodging. So because your legs are already wide open and you
Yeah.
have someone to slap on you, so that will be helping.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your questions. Are there any other questions can we take? I will call for the last one since our time is pretty late. Anyone? All right. I saw John adjusted the camera. So today we have answered, I didn't count how many questions we have covered, but very, very good information for those who have a question. I appreciate all these questions because I'm sure it's very common among the people who started practice or have already practiced for some time. And a lot of times you will find the answers by yourself through the practice. This kind of communication discussion is very useful because it really clear the doubts on this method. And and also you can see people all over the world. You're not alone. That's very important. I understand people surround you, look at you as a weird creature, or why you want to torture yourself like this. And the ladies who are afraid of the, being accused, especially the husband, for the domestic violence. So tactically, I would suggest you, whenever you have the sha coming out, try to cover your body. Don't boast to your friends. Say, look at what I did myself. And people think, oh, we're weird. Like Carmen said, it's the best testimony when your friends notice, your family members notice the change in your health. Notice you used to take so many handful pills. Now you're drug-free. Notice your energy level raise a lot. You become much more positive and productive in your life. And they will be very curious as to what you have done. Then that's the method of approaching. We do not grab someone and say, oh, I think you have disease. Let me slap you. And the first thing you know, no. So there's a lot of ways. And Donna, I know last few years we're working on to set up a system to train more people to become a coach. And I think we all come from the same point. We have our own problems, so we deal with it. We're not healthy, we deal with it, and then with that kind of appreciation to this method and to Master Shao, we want to stand up to share with the world. That's what put us in this spot. We don't want to be under the spotlight and to trying to bossing someone. You do this and do that. But as you can see, once you self-heal so many health problems on your own, you do want to, you have, the heart, broader heart, try to help others, and you understand what other people are going through, and you don't have to be this way. There's there's a better, easy way for you to reach the health point. I think a lot of us, if you can continue practice, have some faith, or have a lot of faith in this method. And someday, I hope we are all working as a team to teach more people in this world. This planet has so many people suffering from the diseases. suffering from the ignorance how they live life. So consider this as part of your mission. And I tell you, Mr. Donald, at his age, he's retired. He could have enjoy the golf every day, but he spent so much time volunteering his time and energy working behind the scene to help the entire world. PaidaLajin.org, that website. He's a webmaster, and he's helping me to set up all these online courses. So we really need to appreciate Donald, what he has done. Of course, he's going to attribute everything to Master Sha. So let's remember, the real person is still in jail and trying to, so we wish him the best. Come out so someday you can invite him to your country, your region, to run more shops. And Carmen is a perfect example. Right before he was arrested, he actually was in the England, right, the workshop. And so last week I met the Chinese manager from the PaidaLajin company, and she was very impressed what Carmen done in his country. So Nicola, you're up there, Nicola and Tim, you're up in Canada. You can definitely form a small group, start from small group, help each other, and then gradually people will follow you, and you become a leader. This is natural selection, follow your lead and do more, help each other. We're not the healthy person. Remember, we all have the health problems. So, all right, any other comments before we end today's session? Dongxiao, you want to have a last word? Dongxiao, Donald, and comment.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, who's talking? John? Yes.
John. I have tremors for a number of years, and I'm finally started taking dopamine for what they say I have Parkinson's. But I wanted to know about what you do for the tremors and how I can eventually get off the drugs. I'm very interested in the workshop that you have coming up in Seattle.
So you already signed up, right?
No, I haven't, but I want to. I just don't know if I'm well enough to do it, but I'd like to do it.
You are always well enough to do PaidaLajin as long as you make up your mind to do that. And if someone's reading with you, someone can help you too. But you can always do very simple slapping in the elbow. Start from there, from the left side and then to the right side. And if you don't have a Lajin bench at home, I would suggest you go get one and start Lajin every day. You can start from like 2 to 5 minutes for each leg, and then change to the other leg, and then increasing the duration of your Lajin, like 30 seconds each day, a minute the next day, and eventually you can reach 20 minutes for each leg. You do better.
My legs I'm just started doing the Y shape.
Yes, that's good. That's a good start.
The hamstrings are pretty good on me, but I'm gonna do them anyway.
Yeah. As long as you start and keep on doing it, you will improve. Trust me.
My main problem is my arms are tremoring quite a bit, and my sleep is. That's why I had to start taking the drugs, because my sleep I couldn't sleep.
No, you don't have to rely on drugs to sleep. You can just do the elbow part and you have a better sleep. When I was in China, my mother had the trouble to go to sleep, and so I did the elbow for her, and I slept her for maybe 30 minutes on each elbow, and she slept like a baby at night.
So I just share the screen to everyone, John, and everybody else in the group. This is our Facebook discussion group. You're welcome to join the Facebook, because whether you are able to attend a workshop or not, you can always start at home, do it by yourself. To educate yourself, PaidaLajin.org is a good, very resourceful for you to start with. Now, John, before this workshop, we have already conducted 2 workshops. One is on the Paida, and one is, we have all the video recordings here, and one is for Lajin. And today, this discussion is not charged. It just help everybody to organize their thoughts and have a better understanding on it. So you're welcome to purchase this course. Of course, there's a lot of free goodies on the website. For example, if on the YouTube, you can watch the do the keyword to the PaidaLajin, and let's see, what do we have here? My channel. So this lady is a Bulgarian. She was singing a song designated to Master Shao. And all this, this is our official website. You can see we divided into the theory, interviews, and speeches, testimonials, and divided by the illness, what kind of the pain, injury, allergy, chronic diseases, emotion problems, and real critical diseases, beauty, skin, tumor, and cancer, and how to. This is more like a tutorial. You can do that. And seminar workshops, we had a few collective. Our last online workshops also have some PowerPoint slides here. So my recommendation is, at least there are 3 websites, PaidaLajin.org and YouTube. And this Facebook allow you to post questions and have seek some support from our members.
Great.
Is that there's a lot of resource out there, free resource, and they're not charged. And of course, our course, like the previous course, it charges a small amount of money because all the costs we have to consider into it.
Right.
All right, so hope this will help, and you're welcome to continue post your questions. Like Carmen, me, and Donna, we're all on the Facebook the group, can help with your questions. So start a practice, in a mild way, and gradually push yourself. Now, I do know some people, if you think, okay, Tim, I don't have a lot of people believe in this method and work with me, form a group, what should I do? One thing you can do, you can hire someone. I pay you just like slap me for 1 hour, I give you how much. Like, you can hire someone to do the Paida for you. Do you understand? If you're confident enough. This is just another alternate solution. If you convince your family member can do that for you, Nicola, you're such a lucky lady because your husband is with you and together study this. This is the ideal situation. Couples do together. If you don't, then find a close friend, convince them, educate them. So educate them and let them to believe this method, and they're curious enough and want to try this, then you can help each other. Otherwise, of course, in the future, down on the road, we have to address another problem, which is very important for how to deal with the healing crisis, because that's the breaking point. People gave up in the middle of the practice when they run into the healing crisis. If you have a correct understanding on the healing crisis, it will be a lot better to continue on this. So before we end, let me just invite Donald and Carmen and Dongxiao say last few words to end today's session. No, already got enough. How about Donald? Yes, go ahead.
Today we talked a lot about how to Paida and how to Lajin, but these are just for your reference. The key is yourself. In other words, our bodies, you may have similar symptoms, but each one is different. So the only way to truly know your problem and heal yourself is yourself. So do not try to rely on us or Master Shao or Cayman or Dongxiao. We are just partially experienced because PaidaLajin basically deal with the fundamental cause of all diseases. And we have not even, in my opinion, cracked the surface of the potential it has. So even though, you may think, oh, it worked this time, but what do I do? Lang, tell me. Do not seek as much external help, do focus on yourself and explore the journey one step at a time. And the only way we can truly benefit is really dedicate ourselves, turn that into a lifestyle, as Lan said, and a lifestyle that we try and experience. And that's the best way to walk your own journey, because our journey, each one of us, is different. That's what I wanted to share. Thank you.
Journey to self-heal. Comment. Go ahead. Yes.
Last words. I appreciate. It was a very good to meet each other and to share our experience. And I wish to have such meeting soon as possible. And I wish to all of you, some people ask me, how long we have to do? And I ask them, how long you will breathe? That's mean every day, go ahead to understand yourself more deeper and deeper. Oh, I cannot sleep. Do some exercise and doing Lajin. It's not especially, or Paida if it's a little bit noisy, but Lajin you can do with the pain 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Some people, how long? 25 hours per day you can do. But you really certain want to help yourself, and you will succeed your results step by step. You see, you continue and you be better and better. It was amazing with me. I always give example with me. Hard breathing, I was a sportsman and I injured my knee and my hips joint. I couldn't walk normal. And now it's everything recoverable. That's mean no construction without destruction. That's mean Lajin and Paida heart, you will succeed more than you dream was. That was from me. Thank you for this lovely conversation.
Thank you. Both Donald and Carmen, well said. And I hope everyone take our advice, start your journey of self-heal. Don't do it because we told you to. Do it because your body is calling for that and you want to be someone different. Okay? Don't shall keep silent. So thank you, everyone. This video will be shared with the public. Okay? If you think this is a good discussion, you can feel free to share with your friends and invite them to our group discussion in the future. All right. Thank you, everyone, for your participation and wonderful, wonderful questions. And keep up your work. And I hope to see you sometime in the future. Give us advice for the future other topics we should discuss or run a workshop. All right. Good luck. Thank you.
For
have a good day.
Same to you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. All the best.